Okay, let's try this again. See if anybody shows up, because that was weird. The numbers kept jumping up and down. Nobody was showing up in the chat. And I'm like, plus I had a hell of a time getting that stream started. So let's see if this one works any better. If not, like I said, I definitely got to invest in some streaming software one of these days. It's just, I've been meaning to do it. It's like, because like I said, this ain't a business to me. So it's like, it's not like it's a mandatory thing. So, hello, gang. How you doing? How's it going? Mainly was just talking about some news. Like I said, I don't really want to talk about the Noel Clark Me Too thing yet, because as far as I know, like I said, it's just a bunch of accusations. I don't, haven't heard anything further about it. Speculation galore, of course, right now. You know what's going to make me die laughing is if we get to the end of this season, Series 13, and Jodie has decided not to leave. Wouldn't that be some shit? Really to really rub some people the wrong way. But I'm glad to see, at least this session, I can see people saying hello and shit. The other one, the chat was not working at all. It was like the number kept bouncing up and down. There was nothing coming up in the chat at all. It was like total pandemonium. So how you all been doing? I have 3 weeks off now, so from work, because a plant burned down, and I believe it was in China. And unfortunately for the majority of automakers on the planet, this was the chip factory that made like the basic chip for a lot of components. Things like your computers on your car, your fuel injection computers, things like that. And a lot of your interior system. It's just amazing to me how, back in the day, if something happened like that, wouldn't stop a thing, because, we didn't have to worry about having a computer in a freaking car. But nowadays, boom, it has brought the entire auto industry. GM, I guess they're talking there, and people are going to be out till July. Me, I've already been told not to be back for another 2 weeks from today. So this is going to be almost as long as my COVID vacation from around this time last year, which I remembered very vividly because that was March 20th to May 18th. And the only reason I mainly remember May 18th because that was the 40th. That year it was the 40th anniversary of the eruption of Mount St. Helens, which was May 18th, 1980. And it's weird when you go back and look on that now, how far away that seems, But considering how much the landscape changed and how much that entire region changed, it's like, hey, don't hang out around the volcano if it's choking. All right. Earth shaking. That's okay. Everything will be fine. There's a massive lava mound starting to bubble up on the one side. And that's okay. It's like, at least the people of Pompeii, you can't blame them because they didn't know what a volcano was. But, they'd never heard of the damn thing. Or, hey, they didn't even have a word for volcano. But now you got all these people. They're, it's 1980. We know what volcanoes are. We know what they can do. Everybody wants to go hang out at the volcano. Ugh. So, well, the thing is this. Here's the only reason why I even speculate on that. If she does leave at the end of this series, that would mean she had a total of like 30 episodes compared to previous who got like 36 to 40. So that's why I'm kind of speculating it's a what if. What if she doesn't? But at the same time, we do have, Tanaya Miller saying that she knows who has already been cast for the role and that they will be fierce. But as I told y'all, I will support anybody who has the guts to stand behind that console because you are taking on a lot of responsibility. Not to mention the fact that you do the slightest thing wrong and you're criticized up the yin yang. Oh, man. I agree with you on their Who's books. I like it if she did hang around for at least one more season. A, it would break the 3 years and out. But B, it would give her like 40 episodes. Put you on par with the other doctors. Everybody's been comparing everything that's been going on to it's just like 1989 all over again. I'm like, really? And the funniest part is, get ready for this. I actually heard this from a kid who wasn't even live back in 1989. I'm like, really? How would you know? You weren't even a gonad or, a thing in your father's gonads. You weren't even a zygote at that point. Like, how would you know what it was like back in 1989? I read all about it. Yeah, and we're still finding stuff out about that era, about how it was mainly a political move to get rid of Doctor Who at that point. And that's what's going to kill Doctor Who eventually. It'll be a political move. That's what I think. Also, the fact that, as a lot of people have said, there's been a lot of stuff going on with the BBC budget. There's been a lot of references to Joe Martin. As you said there before, one of the big questions, like I said, this was one that, I had to think about. Plus, the answer was given to me by somebody else online. And I couldn't believe I'd ever thought of it. Everyone's like, well, if Joe Martin's a doctor previous to Hartnell, then how could her TARDIS be stuck in the form of a police box? And it's like, it was right there in plain sight, and none of us ever thought of it, was that Idris said, when she was, embodying the TARDIS back in The Doctor's Wife, that her form in that box basically exists across all the time and space. Therefore, her form could have done that. Hey, it's a preferred thing, I kind of like it. I'll even put it back here in the past. They kind of pulled the same thing with the Rose Tyler form showing up as the moment in, of course, Dump of the Doctor. I mean, the 8th anniversary special. Error of the Zygons. Okay, the line of duty. I heard they're doing quite well, actually. And that's the highest any BBC show's got in a while, if it's the ones I'm thinking of. Somebody finally hit like 11 million viewers. And it's like, that's the highest anybody's had in decades on the BBC. But of course, certain folks out there are going to hold it over Jodie's head and Trish Gimmel's head. Well, look at what they did. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Why do I want to do that again? Ha 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 ha. That didn't even sound right. Well, Callie, I'd just be thanking goodness that, like I keep telling people, if Doctor Who had gone that bad, if Doctor Who was, it's this such horrible thing that certain individuals have made it out to be, why would they even bother to go out and film 8 episodes? They could have easily kicked it off to the curb for the year. They had an excuse for a change. Well, we can't film under the current COVID guidelines because they could have done that. But no, they actually made the effort, and we're hoping for later this year. Some speculation says October, some says November. I've not seen a definite date in black and white that I can say, look, okay, there's a good possibility that's going to happen. I want to sit back and wait till I get some facts before I start going crazy on that. But according to certain inside sources, let's see what's going on. Okay. Well, Patrick Trout ain't a live dancer for it, Frankie. Oh. Well, yeah, the Sontarans were kind of a dead giveaway, weren't they, Renegade? It's like, come on, who wouldn't have recognized them at 500 paces? But then again, we had a lot of people mistaking those one robots for being Sontarans back in the Series 11. But Those were definitely Sontarans, yeah, on the set for Series 13. Let's see what we got going on here. Yeah, so I've been literally in full gamer paradise. My wife wants to kill me, but I'm like, it's like, what more do you want? It's like I'm staying in my room. You don't hear from me for hours at a time. It should be paradise, you know. Oh. Yeah, I got to dig out poor Herman there. He hasn't had an outfit change in a while. A shower. Oh, he's been hanging out with the worm and Baby Yoda. Yeah, like I said, I don't want to go off on the Noel Clark thing too much, Emperor Dalek, till we have more facts. Like I said, it's just gotten to be depressing that in this day and age, suddenly someone goes, he did it. And then, suddenly out of the shadows comes all these, people go, well, yeah, he definitely did it. And you're automatically guilty. It's like, okay. So until I see a little more on what's going on with that case, I really don't want to jump on it. Okay. Yeah. Evil of the Daleks. Yeah, I think I caught a glimpse of that one before it disappeared. All right, you'll think of that for the 60th. Word is they're already planning for the 60th. Which, like I said, people harp on Chibnall. I go, yeah, but Moffat took over the show in, what was it, 2009? Knowing full well the 50th anniversary was less than 4 years away. And they basically sat back on his laurels for how many years and decided, oh, at the last minute, I want to do this, that, these, and those. Instead of having everything signed up beforehand. I was like, oh, but that's just me. Also, you got to blame some of the higher ups. They probably wouldn't let them, get a jump on it either. Yeah, I could see Evil of the Daleks coming down. Plus, there's no reason why they couldn't animate all the missing episodes and get them back out there. They have all the audio for every single missing episode, thanks to guys. I know the one fellow before he passed away passed on his entire audio collection to the BBC, all his tapes he made. Then they also have some of the original audio tracks put away somewhere. But I said between that and what they have from the guys who recorded, it was reported years ago. Yeah, they got audios of all the missing episodes. Why not just animate them? Get them back there in circulation. It's like, I don't know. I tried doing telesnaps. I really did. And I'm being sincere with you. I really did. And for some reason, telesnaps knocked me unconscious. I'll just be sitting there trying to watch it, and the next thing you know, I'm gone. Yeah, I just couldn't get into them. Like, it took me the longest time to get through Marco Polo, and it's like, which was, it was worth it because it was a good episode. I really liked it. But it's just telesnaps and me don't get along. I don't know if it's just the way they do it or what. But well, I highly doubt they're going to film anything live action, Mark. That costs major buku money that they don't even have right now. Hello, everybody. Allegations against Barrowman by who? Or what? I'm working on a Fallout video. Problem is, though, I tried using Zoom to record this last one, and dummy me pressed the optimize for video thing, and quite a bit of it's a bit out of focus. It looks like crap. So I don't know if I'm going to bother finishing it and putting it up or not. I took you on, in that latest video, I took you on a tour of a town I created called, well, I didn't create the actual mod Daylight's in, but I made a little village there. I'm not kidding. You got a boutique, you got a weapon shop, if we got a first aid, you got a general store, and I know I'm a little scratchy today. I think it's my allergies. Today, also, this is a new one, so it might be this. Today we have Blue Nomenon, which is blueberry, and I can't remember what else. But this one, every now and then I get a little bit of. There's some vape flavors that catch my throat the wrong way. I love the taste of this one, but I've been getting a little scratchy throat with it every now and then. So I don't know. Maybe I might not use it. I don't have the same problem with straw nomenon or water nomenon, but there's straw nomenon. I love that stuff. But of course, vaping is going to cause your lungs to explode and your heart to go, ugh. I'm not kidding. It just drives me insane, all these stupid-ass commercials I've seen. I'm going to quit vaping. Well, then quit. It's not that, do it. It's like I'm down to like 3 milliliters of nicotine. And sometimes I don't even look at this thing for hours. It's just when I'm doing videos and all that, plus I was doing Fallout. When I'm doing Fallout, every now and then I'll just reach over, pick up a cup of coffee. I'll be in the middle of building shit, and then I'll hit it every now and then. But it was lovely out here yesterday. Kind of gray out today. We did a little driving around yesterday because wife's like, you have to get out of the house for you're rooting into that chair. I tried Fallout 76. I really tried, and I couldn't get into it. And of course, they added all these add-ons later and shit. It's just so when I look at a map, in Fallout 3 and Fallout 4, you look at the map. That's because you bring it up on your Pip-Boy. You bring up the map on Fallout 76, it looks like it belongs to a frickin' Scooby-Doo murder mystery tour. I don't like the graphics at all on the map. It's just, come see the Mothman's hideout. And it's in big cartoony letters. And I'm like, I've heard about Fallout Tactics. Is that the mobile one? I don't know. It's just, there's just something about Fallout 3, especially 4, that I'm really into. It's just, I like the way the game is designed. I like the way it ran. I do have a copy in New Vegas here somewhere. I just got to sit down and probably, get my ass to playing it because I already know I'm not going to get a summer vacation this year. Okay. Yeah, I love doing the settlement building in Fallout 4, especially if you got the right mods to do it. Because I've been having a blast. Like, I'm replacing all the houses in Sanctuary. I've damn near replaced every building in the Sunshine Trading Co-op, Sunshine Tiding Co-op. They're either brick buildings now or they're Brotherhood of Steel pods. I even put a vertibird landing pad in the middle. It's just Starfield. I don't know. Like I said, I was never big into gaming until I got back into, started out with Fallout 3. Then I went into Fallout 4. Yeah, I do it yourself. Except my copy, the only copy I could find to do it yourself was in German. So it was kind of like being a blind man in a nudist colony there for a while. I had to feel my way around it, to figure out what was what. So, but now I've gotten pretty good at it though. So it took me a little while, but Also, yeah, OCD. Yeah, OC Decorator. Love that one. I had another one called Clangdon, but it just was a pain in the ass. It was taking stuff off my menu, so I got rid of it. OC Decorator does the job far better. There's one called Thematic and Practical, and you can get the that's the one that gives you the Brotherhood of Steel pods, bunk beds, and the bunk beds you can use the wood type for the scavengers, or you can use the Brotherhood of Steel bunk beds. And either way, they all work. You know, I'm talking. In my Hangman's Alley, and I know all you folks are out there. I don't give a shit about this. In my Hangman's Alley, the entire second level of Hangman's Alley now is all Brotherhood of Steel bunk beds. I got enough beds in there for like 33 people. And the coolest part is the settlers use both the upper and lower bunk beds. You know, which I couldn't get to work in any of my other stuff I messed around with, which which is awesome. And it's the same thing with the scavenger ones, which is basically the wooden bunk beds that also come with Thematic and Practical. They use both levels, so it makes it a little bit more immersive. Preston Garvey, I have running the bar and castle at the castle. That way, I don't have to put up with him. It's like, go over there, do something. Just, yeah. So I haven't heard from Preston in a while. He's been running the bar at the castle, yeah. Who else did I get rid of? Heck. Or the one that was really annoying was Meg at Bunker Hill. Because my settlers are normally all set to mortal now. So Meg's mom, who ran the medical stand, was killed in a ghoul raid. And hell, old man Stockton's dead. I think they killed Cricket because I couldn't find Cricket never shows up anywhere now. But finally I used console commands because I got sick and tired. I had the settlement mod manager software. And every time I put in there unassigned, boom, there's Meg. Can't be assigned, blah, blah, blah. Can't be killed. She's still set to essential. So I looked up the console commands I needed, and now she's working the plant in the garden with everybody else. So it's like, sorry, woman, mama ain't a medic here no more. I'm putting you to work. I was going to try Sim Settlements, but to me, it's kind of a cheat. I like doing stuff myself. I like doing the actual building myself. Okay. That's the one thing I have against Sim Settlements. Yeah, it does make shit look sharp. And look, yeah, they're doing all these great things. I got a town now that's north of Vault 111. And that's Emerald Necklace. And like I said, the way the buildings are, it looks like an old southwestern town. Same thing with Daylight's End. It looks like an old southwestern town now. Because I got the fields kind of in the middle. I keep hearing about Flight Attendant, but I haven't watched it yet. I love Michelle. She's amazing actress. I've watched some of her stand-up comedy. She ain't too bad. But if you ever really want to laugh, for you folks who have not seen it, and this was from a few years ago, look up Heather's American Medicine on YouTube. Because that's Michelle Gomez handing out pseudo medical advice, and it's funny as hell, life advice and things like that. It's pretty freaking hilarious. Sorry, Fraser, I got sidetracked on the Fallout, so you ain't missed much of anything as far as Doctor Who goes. Yeah, Heather's American Medicine, if I remember right. I don't know if they should still be up with Michelle Gomez. And those are hilarious. Hey, I'm getting caught up with a side panel here. Heck, I haven't even watched Winter Soldier or whatever yet. Falcon and the Winter Soldier yet. So I got to get around to that. See, I'm all caught up on like Black Lightning, Flash. Ugh. All right, Series 13, like I said, we don't have anything new on at the moment. The one thing I'm expecting to hear, hopefully by the end of the summer, maybe we'll get a projected air date, but I doubt it. You know, they keep playing their cards so close to their chest, they might as well be inhaling them. Oh yeah, Green Wing was hilarious. Sunmakers you'll enjoy. That's a good classic Tom Baker story. I don't want to give too much away, but it has a lot to do with capitalism and things like that. I think you'll really enjoy it. Sunmakers is definitely a good Tom Baker Leela episode with K9. That's a good point. Maybe they'll shoot for the end of October. Well, there's always announcement rumors. That's why it makes me die laughing. Like last week, apparently there was supposed to be some other quote unquote rumor and blah blah. Yeah. Oh, you've got to be kidding. What would Chibnall have to do with what happened with Noel Clarke and John Barrowman? My goodness. Wouldn't that mean RTD would be included in that mix too? Exactly. Why don't they just call up Moffat too and blame him for it too? You know, it's like, geez. But you got to remember, Chris Chibnall is the epitome of evil. The rabbi guy, as far as I'm concerned, torpedoed his own ship when he sat there. He was doing that review, the one series, and basically said that AIDS was sent by God to kill gay people. I'm sorry, right there, you might as well have just thrown the noose over the limb and stuck your head in it. It was over. I'm sorry, that was just ridiculous. Rabbi from another cabin or whatever. And then they got video clips of him actually saying it. So you can't say it was purported. You can't say alleged because right there's you saying it on video. It's like, my goodness. Yeah, it was being spread around on Twitter by a bunch of people who didn't like the rabbi. And it was an actual clip of him sitting there saying it. It was that series RTD did. Oh, heck. I can't believe I'm blanking on it. It was really popular for a while there. It was the one he did way after Doctor Who. It had that scene from Doctor Who in it. That's it. It's a sin. And that was his review of it. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. Yeah. Oh. Yet people still watch this guy. Here's the thing. If I was truly concerned, I would find out where, if I was really, really a major league bad person, I'd be like, okay, it's like, where do you claim you're a rabbi at? Because frankly, oh man, I would be reporting that to somebody. Because if that's what you're teaching, then, oh. It's probably a made-up title. I agree with you, Fraser, because I don't see a genuine rabbi actually saying things like he said. They would kick him out of the synagogue faster than the speed of light. You know, he'd be the rabbi who landed on another planet. But yeah, I agree with you. We got Series 13 coming down the pike. Like I said, they're claiming it'll be out by the end of this year. We're very fortunate that we're getting that, given the COVID situation. Me, I'm going to enjoy 2 more weeks of driving my wife insane by staying in my room and being quiet playing Fallout. I guess. But, and like I said, every now and then I feel the tug. It's like, I got to get back on the air and talk to you all. But it's like I've been really just using these last few weeks off from work to decompress, sit back, just literally lazy myself to death. It's like, it could be that, yeah. Because then it's got to go into post and do your special effects editing, things like that. Just like I said, I still feel a little guilty, because it's like, it's not like the good old days, like, oh heck, I remember back when I used to put out a video every day, and I'm like, it could happen, John. Like I said, I'm not going to disagree with you. It would be an opportune time, to do a Christmas special, if you had to split it. But like I said, we'll have to sit back and find out. Yeah, anybody hear about Peter Capaldi showing up in the middle of a Zoom call? And it wasn't the Zoom call he was supposed to be in. I got a laugh out of that. Well, now that I got you all here, I'm going to run through some news articles with you. I might just delete the other one because it's like, all right, let's see. Let me show you what I do have really quick. All right. Now that I got some of you in here. All right. We've just talked about this. Yeah. Series 13, 19th century episode continues filming. And that was, of course, with Bandit Gill, John Bishop, Kevin McNally at Cardiff Castle on April 30th. I'm going to put the link to this down below in the description box when the stream ends. So that way you can go look at all the photos and stuff. I didn't see anything really spoilery other than some equipment and people in 19th century kind of garb. So nothing to worry about there. Barrowman and talking about time fracture. There's a small video that's been linked up to Blog to Who. I'll give you a link to that as well, so you can go give that a watch. It's going to be the new immersive theater experience. That's going to be coming in spring. Well, it's spring. Wait, it's spring now. Weighing it out. Of course, Peter Capaldi popped into a Zoom meeting that was being held by a climate change group, and he had no idea what he was doing there. Apparently, he dialed in the wrong group. So, sadly, and the funniest part is, he popped right in at a point when they were talking about recycling poo or turning poo into power. But the thing was, given the look on his face, plus his audio wasn't working, so I didn't really get to hear from him. Also, the Game of Thrones prequel started filming. House of what do you call it? The House of the Dragon. Photos already popped up of Matt Smith as Daemon Targaryen. Bradley and Barrowman just got done filming their cameos, of course, for Time Fracture. There's a small article on that I'm going to share with you as well. Some, what do you call it, stuff from the April filming that has all been compiled over here on Cultbox. Some good pictures here and there. A lot of stuff over at Cardiff Castle going on. It was nice to see. All right, let's pop along from here. Eccleston said he'd happily cross over with like Master and River Song on Big Finish. He'd be more welcome to do it. There's a photo out of Pearl Mackie on the set of the new drama, The Long Call. There's an article about Edge of Reality, which is supposed to be released sometime this year. And Barrowman's over here, it says on Cultbox, there's a Captain Jack novel that will tie in with Series 2 of Episode 2 of Series 13. Duh! And, of course, the last one I had for today was the fact that Big Finish has actually been officially entered into the Guinness Book of World Records. World's longest running sci-fi audio series. So that's the articles I had piled up for you. I was going to do a news video, but I'm like, I tried doing a live stream before and it fell apart. Like I said, there was too much, it was having too much technical difficulty with it. I'd love to do live streams where I'm running, like Fallout 4 so you can check it out. But the thing is, I don't know how to do that. I'm really, really a newbie when it comes to live streaming things. Ooh, I got my Charlie Brown hair sticking up. Look at it. Ooh. Oh, the Twin Dilemma. Oh, no. It wasn't that bad of an episode, Twin Dilemma, just not one of my favorites. I thought they already hired a 14th Doctor. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me either, given the BBC's budget situation. Because everything's up in the air. Especially with the way, But I have heard, they were going to get up to, they were going to do a 60th anniversary special, then they were going to cut it. So, and that was going to be the last one for a while, a long while. So I've heard a little bit of everything. Well, Doctor Who will never officially die. You've got lots of fan productions out there. You got Big Finish Audio still running out there. But yeah, I keep hearing 2023 and that's it. Oh, that guy, yeah. I was only trying to share with you, blah, blah. Like, dude, it's like, you were not hired to play the 14th Doctor. But to me, like I said, it's going to be no skin off my teeth because, like I said, this never really made me that much money. And it's like, I've got a job that I go to every day. So, like I said, it's like, of course, you know what all the haters are going to say. That Whitaker and Chibnall killed the show. And they'll be living on that. They'll be, dining out on that for years after. Yeah, it's just I don't disbelieve it given the financial situation the BBC's in at the moment. Exactly. And and everyone's like, well, you can't say that. I go, yes, I can. The lowest rated episode of modern Doctor Who was The Eaters of Light with an overnight of 2.89 million. Yet they're blaming Jodie and them for killing the show when they've been staying around 5. That was on a season where they were off for a year too. It's like, then they come back and score damn near 8 million on the New Year's Day special. And yep, they are. The BBC is in a lot of trouble. Well, also the Eaters of Light aired around the time, I think it was the World Cup tournament or something like that. So it wasn't really the episode's fault. It was a matter of bad timing on when it aired. That's why I tell people about Ghostbusters 2. It's like, I enjoyed Ghostbusters 2, but some idiot decided to put it out around the time that Batman 89 was still in the theater, and I think it was Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade came out. It's like, like I said, it's just a matter on if they're going to keep, putting money into Doctor Who or not. Because they may decide to put it on a hiatus. It's a possibility. I'm not going to deny it. Meanwhile, you got programs that have been running 50 billion years. But the only hope, if they really wanted to do it, and I highly doubt they will, is if they do the same thing they did with Amazon Prime with Ripper Street. And Ripper Street ran like another 3 seasons after the BBC had quote unquote canceled it. Because they went into the co-production thing with Prime. And I kind of like the way they did that because when the show went to Prime, there was no time limit on the episodes. Yep. And the sad part is, if you got to the third one, you can watch the video game. They have that Ghostbusters video game they did a while back. Not the Atari one. I'm talking about the big one they did with the clips and everything. Somebody edited all the clips together to make it into one big movie. And you were supposed to find out in the third movie, the River of Slime had nothing to do with Vigo. The River of Slime had been put there by it was thing there by Xandor, I think his name was Ewan Shandor. Sorry, the guy who built the building for the first movie, and it was by pure chance that Vigo's portrait hadn't been put where it was, and it channeled into it, and that's what brought him back. Yeah, Vigo had nothing to do with the River of Slime. That was Shandor's. Shandor was trying to make himself a god. basically. And so he was going to wipe out Earth, use the power he got from the other stuff to basically take over. And that's what you learn in the video game / edited together version. Yeah. So I played that one. It was a fun experience. There's been rumors, there's been speculation, but I really don't know. I know we do know he's doing the time fracture thing, but as is David Bradley. But oh heck, Noel Clark's being accused now. John Barrowman's being accused now. The problem is this, folks. I grew up in a country where you were innocent until proven guilty. And it's like, I'm sorry, just because a bunch of people point fingers at somebody doesn't necessarily mean it's true. So that's why I'm going to stay away from it. I agree with Fraser. It's, early days yet. I want to see more facts on it before I really, get into it. Okay. Exactamundo. It's still ongoing because this could all, like I said, could turn out to be all bogus. It's happened before. Yeah, I always love Captain Jack Harkness. I would love to see him back again. I enjoyed him in Series 12. I've enjoyed him in every appearance he's made. Oh, now I got to catch up on the final season of Keeping Faith. Come to think of it, love Eve Miles in that series. Also, Eve's expecting another child. By the way, they announced that on Twitter. I think this will be number 3 if memory serves. If you ever get a chance to meet her at a convention, like I said, do it. She'll just talk your ear off. She's incredibly funny. WandaVision, yeah, I saw all of WandaVision. Enjoyed it very much. Haven't seen Falcon and the Winter Soldier yet. I've been meaning to. But yeah, she does incredible fun. She's so fun. It's almost as fun as when I met Katie Manning. When I say Katie, she's hilarious. She's just a big ball of energy. Okay, For All Mankind. I might have to look that one up. I kind of like alternate history series. I find it interesting to see, what could have happened, this, what could happen that. Like one of my favorite ones, and you can probably find it on YouTube. Because that's where I last found it at. And this was done decades ago. It was kind of like a public TV one. And it was called The Trial of George Armstrong Custer, where they speculate what would have happened if Custer had been the sole survivor of the way called the Little Bighorn. And let's just say it was very interesting how it turned out. There was also one called, it was a movie they did a long time ago. Oh, heck, what was that one called? Rutger Hauer, Fatherland. And it was an alternate one where the Nazis didn't necessarily lose the World War. It all eventually ended on what they took over most of Europe. It was called Germania. And sadly, this generation, it's taking place in the 80s, starts to find out about the actual war crimes that took place at the concentration camps. Because apparently Germany buried all the records so that future generations wouldn't see anything about the final solution. Yeah, it's called Fatherland with Rutger Hauer. That was an interesting one. Yeah, Miracle Day sucked ass. I can't say it any differently. Because Red Dwarf, like I said, I got to get caught up on. I'm way behind on Red Dwarf. See, there was another one I watched a while back. Yeah, I keep hearing about Man in the High Castle. I've been meaning to watch that. Yeah, I know they've been continuing on, but like I said, I've been meaning to get caught up on it. I wouldn't count on seeing a trailer till about summer or late summer. Oh, Sophie, she got up and she walked off somewhere. Maybe she had to go to the potty. I don't know. She was sitting right here. I keep a little footstool right here. This was supposed to be for my wife. For help ease, with her circulation and all that, because she had some trouble with her joints. And Sophie took it over. And it wound up in here because Sophie likes to sit next to me when I'm on the computer. I'll be sitting here playing Fallout for hours. I'll turn around there. She's been sitting there dead asleep for hours. She's doing all right given the circumstances. Like I said, there was a lot of stuff going on this year. Like I said, her father had passed away. Her mom's now living down here at a facility, and it's a really nice place. But like I said, I don't want to go too much into it because that's, her business. Speaking of the devil, that's probably her calling now. So, but things are starting to get a little better, yeah. Well, that's my master's call. So I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. Please, everybody, take care of yourselves and each other. The vaccine's out there, but please still be cautious. Still use some common sense when you can. And I'll catch you all on the flip side, okay? Because I'm going to go answer this call. So good night, everyone. See you later.